Hey there, Gingerbread Roses. Welcome back to the YouTube. Have you had a good summer holiday? Looking forward to going back to school? Haha. Oh, why do teachers do that? It's such an annoying question. Obviously, no. I don't want to be here. I hope you guys are good. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the worst things that have actually happened in schools. Now, we're going to start with the things that most kids have experienced. I've definitely experienced these things. And then we're going to finish with the least common things that kids have actually experienced. So basically, as this video goes on, these things get more and more rare. Honestly, some of the things on this list I can't believe are true. So make sure you stick around to the end to see if your teacher is a psychopath. And let me know in the comments if any of these have happened to you. Right, before we start, guys, I just quickly want to point this out. Of all of you fantastic people who watch my videos, there's a massive 70.9% of you that haven't subscribed. Well, that needs to change right now. Some of you guys have been fans for at least 5 years, and I reckon some of you don't even realize you haven't subscribed yet. So if you don't mind checking, that would really help me out, and it would mean the world to me. So thank you so much. Okay then, so the first thing on this list of things that have actually happened in school, 70% of kids have experienced this, shouted at for not doing homework. Well, yeah. I mean, who hasn't? Apparently 70% of kids. I reckon everyone has. Actually, to be fair, no. Some kids do just do all their homework and then they don't get shouted at. Over 70% of students hate homework, surveys say. Teachers seem to love it. It's true. Honestly, in my school, we used to get so much homework and I hated every second of it. 60% of students have experienced this. Your friend moves school. It's bad for your studies. Science proves that we learn more if working with friends. Yeah, I'd say that this did happen to me a couple times. I wouldn't say I was like really close with the friends. If it happened to me, like my best friends in school, yeah, that wouldn't have been fun. I could see why that would be sad. It's kind of like you're losing a friend, especially if they're moving really far away. 45% of kids have experienced this, getting your phone taken from you. Oh my God, yeah, this did happen to me a couple times in class. I wasn't like always on my phone or anything, but I do remember one time I literally just got my phone out quickly to check the time and then put it back in my pocket. And the teacher saw me do that for that split second. I was like, Jake, give me your phone. I was like, no, I need you looking at the time. 40% of students have experienced this. Last picked in PE class. I think this happened to me in primary school a couple of times. And then they make you the goalkeeper. It just keeps getting worse. Oh my God. That actually, yeah, I was the goalkeeper in primary school because I was so bad in football. Oh, I'm actually pretty athletic, but when it comes to football, I am shit. I had a lot of practice in goal, though. I was pretty good by the end of it. 39% of students have experienced this. 2 tests in the same day. Everyone has had this discussion with their teacher at some point. Yeah, I'm pretty sure when I was doing my real exams, I'm pretty sure I had 3 exams in one day once. That is just too much, isn't it? That is too, I cannot focus for that amount of time. 35% of students have experienced this. The whole class getting punished. Yeah, literally the only 2 times I ever got a detention. I don't know why I went kind of southern there, didn't I? I ever got a detention. The only 2 times I ever got detention was like a whole class detention where everybody else was pissing about and not doing the right things. And they just decided to punish the whole class for it rather than just the select few that was actually just so annoying. 31% of students have experienced this. Disgusting cafeteria food. Today's menu, burnt pizza with plastic cheese and mystery meat. Yeah, that's why I didn't really have the school food. I used to have packed lunches. My mum or dad used to make me sandwiches. I'd have loads of random stuff in there, but yeah, didn't really love the school food. Also, it says 31% of students have experienced. I reckon way more students have experienced disgusting school food. Don't forget, guys, these are going to get weirder and weirder as this video goes on. You're not going to believe the ones at the end. 26.5% of students have experienced this. It's very specific. Getting pantsed. How do they know that? How do they know exactly that amount of people have been pantsed? Pants, boxes, and all. Little Willie will be your nickname for years. Oh my God. Oh, getting pants is like not just your trousers or shorts, but like your actual pants as well, revealing everything. That would be terrible. No, I've been pants, but like, do you call it trousered? Where my pants and boxes are still on. I haven't revealed my tiny penis to the whole school though. That would have been awful. 25% of students have experienced this, so exactly a quarter have been caught cheating. Really, shockingly, 95% of students confessed to cheating at least once at school. I mean, in a real exam, no, I never did. Maybe in like mocks, I think I did once ever, and it was because it was an exam on a computer, and it wasn't a real one. So I was just Googling the answers. But in a real one, no way. I was way too scared about getting banned from all, like just getting cancelled, essentially. 24% of students have experienced this. Teacher doesn't understand the subject. 23% of maths teachers don't have any formal further math qualifications. Now, I did a class called Investment once. First and only year they were ever running it, and even the teacher didn't know what they were doing. They were just literally reading from a whiteboard, and eventually I just stopped because I found it. Some parts I found interesting, other parts was just, we were literally just writing down stuff on a whiteboard, and the teacher was reading it out, and it was just shit. 23% of students have experienced this, being unfairly kicked out of class. Your friends will laugh and other teachers will be disappointed. It's a lose-lose. Unfairly kicked out of class. No, this doesn't happen to me. I did get kicked out of class the only time I pulled a chair out from behind a girl as she was sitting down, but I didn't mean to. And she fell on the floor and the teacher was like, "Ah, no!" And I instantly started crying and got sent out. Oh, God. I used to just cry at everything when I was in school. I'd love to see that if that was recorded. I think it would be really funny to watch now. 21% of students have experienced this. Your first period starts in class. Yeah, I remember when that happened to me. You don't know until you catch another girl looking at the red stain on your pants. Yeah, that is definitely something boys manage to dodge when they're at school. They don't have to deal with that shit. For you. 19.5% of students have experienced being sent to the hospital. My story, running into a friend and needing 20 face stitches. What was yours? Oh my God, running into a friend. That sounds painful. My one was, to be fair, I didn't get sent to hospital from school. It was kind of from home, but it started in school. I had my appendix taken out and I started feeling this horrible pain in my stomach and it slowly got worse and worse. I remember it started in English. I slowly got worse and worse throughout the day and I got home and I was just being sick and I was like, "Mum and Dad, help me. I don't know what's wrong with me." And then I went to the doctor and they were like, "You need to go to hospital." And I went to hospital and then, had the operation. Had my appendix taken out. True story. 19% of students have experienced this, being bullied by a teacher. Oh my God, that is... of all the people to be bullied by, you wouldn't expect to be bullied by the teacher. But apparently 19% of students are. This means the teacher was probably bullied themselves. It's a vicious cycle. God, that is crazy, isn't it? 18% of students have experienced this, anxiety of being the new kid. Oh my God, I had this lots of times. I went to 3 different primary schools growing up, one from reception to year 2, one from year 2 to year 4, and another from year 4 to year 6. Just moving around. So I was the new kid quite a lot, but it made me, I guess, better at making friends. We all feel slightly nervous in new social settings. It's annoying. 16% of students have experienced this, peering under the toilet cubicle. In my school, people used to climb under cubicles, getting dirty in the process. No, in my school, they didn't go under, they'd climb on top. And I've told this story before, but one time I was doing a number 2 in school, obviously in the toilet. And I think I was only year 7, year 8 at the time. And a year 10 climbed over just to look down at me. And I was like, what the hell? And he was like, "Oh, you're doing a shit in school, you gay?" And I was like, how am I the gay one here? You're looking at my penis. Oh, funny times. Okay, this is an interesting one. 15% of students have experienced this. Bird flown into the classroom. And of course, you're the one it's aiming to poop on. Oh my God, 15% of students have experienced that. Well, it is a picture of a seagull. So a seagull hasn't flown into my class, but I suppose we have had smaller birds fly in. It's kind of funny. 14% of students have experienced this. Caught watching bad videos in IT class. I meant bad YouTube videos. What were you thinking of? No, I definitely haven't done that. Why would I do that in school? 13.2% of students have experienced this. Chewing gum stuck in your hair. The one place worse than sticking it under the desk. Oh my God. It's funny when you look under a desk in school, isn't it? Because it's just a sea of gum. There's so much gum under there. People can't be able to put it in the bin. And you know what? I was one of those people. 12% of students have experienced this. Toilet explosion. Where are those kids who put firecrackers in the toilets these days? Oh, I thought it was talking about your bowels and how you have diarrhea and you just explode into the toilet. But no, it's a different kind of explosion. No, this hasn't happened to me. Never seen a toilet explode, but that sounds awesome. I'd love to. 11% of students have experienced this. Only person to fail the test. Oh my God. 75% of students feel stress over their exam grades. Should we ban tests? Really? Only 75% of students feel stressed. You're telling me 25% of students don't feel stressed? Because I definitely did. There's no way. I don't believe that somehow. But no, I haven't ever been the only person to fail a test. I wasn't clever by any means, but I have been one of the few to fail, but not the only. Oh my God, that would be bad, wouldn't it? 9.9% of students have experienced this. Pooping your pants in school. Why do they put the toilet so damn far away? I didn't make it in time. Oh my God, no, I haven't. Not in school. I've done it other times when I was a child, but not in school. That would be, oh man. You'd never live that down, would you? 9.5% of students have experienced this. Teacher adds you on social media. This is strictly banned in education. You should report it immediately. Oh my God. Let me know in the comments, guys. Actually, I don't even know if I want to know this. Have your teacher Any of your teachers added you on social media? That would be very strange, wouldn't it? Good God. 8.8% of students have experienced this. Your mum or dad working at the school. Makes it even more awkward when you accidentally call a teacher mum. Yeah. Or when you call your male teacher mum, like I did. That was fun. I do remember thinking when I was in school, imagine if my mum or dad was a teacher that worked here. It would just be, that would not be fun. That would be horrible, actually. 8% of students have experienced this. Spilling acid on your hand. Mistakes can happen in chemistry class. Wear proper gear if using chemicals. Did I ever do that? I don't think so. I used to wear the proper protection, so none of this ever happened to me. 7% of students have experienced being caught vaping in school. It's a big problem in America. 10% of 15-year-olds vape and 30% of 17-year-olds. Oh my God. That's in America. Wonder what it is in the UK, because I feel like every kid vapes in the UK. Like, it's probably like 50%. I don't know the statistics, but it's a scary amount. Mainly the year 7s, isn't it? 6% of students have been experienced by this. Hit by a chair. There's a funny story, actually. In my school, one of the teachers got sacked because they threw a chair at a student because they were that angry. I think it was actually in my sister's class that it happened. Those interactions that lead to using items as weapons, not good for the head. I wasn't in that class, but I really wish I was. That would have been so funny to see the student get just walloped by a chair by the teacher. 5.6% of students have experienced a wet ball to the face. It's worse in winter because our pain receptors are more sensitive in the cold. I do remember being absolutely booted by a football straight to the face. I wasn't looking. I was looking the other way, and I suddenly turned, and then just instantly ball to the face. And you know when your face is cold because it's cold outside? Awful. Like, it's so painful. 5.2% of students have experienced this. Teacher reads out your text, or even worse, they force you to answer the call. Where is my privacy? No, this hasn't happened to me. I didn't really go on my phone too much when I was in school, but yeah, that sounds awful. 5% of students have experienced this. School principal calls your parents. It's never because they have good news to share. That's true, actually. They should make that a thing in schools, I think. Ringing up your parents to let them know that you're doing well, rather than it being a bad thing. That should, yeah. Why don't they do that? Probably because they can't be asked. I don't blame them. I wouldn't want to be a teacher either. 4.6% of students have experienced pranks going wrong. A school fire alarm once cancelled an Obama campaign, thinking it was a bomb threat. Oh my God. No, I didn't really do any pranks in my school. I was just too scared of getting told off. That was pretty boring, to be honest. Hey, maybe they're just doing that because they secretly like you. Yeah, right. Your crush being mean to you. I don't really have... Yeah... I don't know. I do remember girls being mean to me. I wouldn't say they were my crushes, though. I just think they hated me. 4% of students have experienced being hit by a car, in school, leaving the gate to finally go home and getting a few broken bones. Success. Really, 4% of students have experienced... I don't think... That can't be true. That's 4% of students, of all students that go to school, have been hit by a car. I don't think that's true. 3.2% of students have experienced a teacher-parent affair. Oh my God. Imagine going home. You finish school, you walk home, get the bus, whatever. You come home, and your teacher is there with your mum. How was your day, honey? I've brought Mr. Richardson home. He's your new dad. Oh, you bet what the... Get out. Ever wonder why you were made to sit outside during parents' evening? Oh, God. No, I didn't, actually. I didn't sit outside. We all sit together, like adults. 3% of students have experienced kid-smeared poop on the walls. This is normally a sign that things have not gone well in their life. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, this happened more than you would think in my school. There would always be some form of bodily fluid on the walls of the toilets in my school. Whether it was sick, piss, or other. You name it, it was on there. 2.6% of students have experienced this being the school punching bag. 20% of students reported being bullied at school. Physical violence is rarer. Interesting, yeah. I wouldn't say I really got bullied. I mean, the worst things students would say to me is that I'm ginger. I'd be like, you know, and it used to annoy me, but after a certain point, I was like, you know what? I actually am ginger. They're not wrong. So yeah, it was just that. If I thought that if that's the best they can do, but yeah, I didn't get punched. I wasn't a school punching bag. That is like a different level of bullying, I think. 2.1% of students have experienced teacher invites for after-school class. Oh right, I think I'll pass on that one, sir. Thank you. Sounded kind of creepy, right? No, just more boring work. Oh, okay. I'm still not going to it. Thank you. Let me know in the comments, guys. Has that ever happened to you? I don't know if I do want to know, actually. Don't forget, guys, as this video goes on, these things get weirder and weirder. The ones at the end you are not going to believe. 1.8% of students have experienced this. Your private photos leaked. You can avoid this by not taking embarrassing pictures in the first place or having a good lock code. Or by having a good lock code. Yeah, one of the two. Probably just don't take the pictures. 1% of students have experienced vomiting on the school bus. It's not your fault, but people will hate you for stinking up the bus. I do remember being on a school trip and my best friend at the time was sick. I think we were on the way back and I was sat next to him and he just randomly, he didn't give any inkling that he was going to do this. I just thought he was fine. And all of a sudden he just went, it just went all over the bus, just the front seat, all on the floor. It stank out the journey home. So yeah, cheers for that, James. 0.7% of students have experienced being given a swirly. It's a bullying technique where the victim's head is put in a toilet and flushed. I feel like this is something I've only ever seen in like American school films. I've never heard of that in the UK. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it does happen more than I think. I just never seen it or done it to anyone else, and I'm glad about that. 0.5% of students have experienced accidentally pressing the fire alarm button. The whole school has to line up outside until they figure out it was you who did it. I am still unsure to this day whether I've accidentally done this or not. There's no way I would have done it on purpose. But I remember throwing a tennis ball with my friend, and I threw it, and I missed him, and it hit the fire alarm. But it had like a glass thing on the top, so it was fine. It didn't break or anything like that. But I want to say 5 to 10 seconds after that happened, the fire alarm went off. So I still don't know whether it was like a delayed reaction with the tennis ball or it was something else. And there was a lot of students in the school, so it could have been someone else. I don't know. But it's safe to say I myself. I thought I was going to be expelled. 0.4% of students have experienced being assaulted by the teacher. Oh, God. That's a lot. That doesn't sound like a lot, 0.4%, but that is a lot of students. We've seen plenty of articles about these situations. That is insane. Holy shit. And they're only getting weirder. 0.3% of students have experienced court self-pleasuring in school. Oh my God. No, the back of the library is not the place, and during school is not the time. Back of the library. Yeah, why would you choose the library where it's quiet? Why would you choose the school? Full stop. Oh my God, that is funny. 0.2% of students have experienced overdosing in class. Never good when the tweaker starts foaming from the mouth. Oh my God. No. Don't do drugs, kids, especially not in school. 0.1% of students have experienced being stabbed. Happened at my school. There is always someone crazy enough for this. Yeah, there is. And it's actually scary. I don't think it happened at my school when I was there. Not that I knew about anyway, but it did happen a few years after I left. One kid got stabbed. 0.07% of students have experienced fingers snapped off in the door hinge. Crunch. Hey, at least you'll have a cool story to make friends. Oh! That sounds horrible. No, this never happened to me, and I've never heard of it happening. But yeah, I guess these are getting rarer now. So 0.05% of students have experienced the death of a student. Oh my God. Accidents like drowning or falling down the stairs badly are the most common cause. Falling down the stairs badly? Really? God damn, no. And thank God it didn't. I hope none of you guys have to experience that either. That would be terrible. 0.0001% of students have experienced being in the same room with a school shooter. God, these are getting so strange now. What the frick? Seek protection, run out the door, try to take him down. What would you do? I mean, I don't even know what they say to do. I definitely wouldn't try and take them down. That's like an accident waiting to happen. Run away somehow if you can. That just sounds awful, man. What the hell? Okay, guys, and finally, we made it to the last two, and I hope they're a bit cheerier. It doesn't look like they are, actually. 0.00001% of students have experienced decapitation. Once, a kid stuck his head out the bus window in a tunnel. He was decapitated. Oh my God. Oh my God. What the... Imagine being his friends or her friends on the school bus and seeing that. Like, just... Oh my God. You would be scarred for life, wouldn't you? That is awful. That is just awful. And an even cheerier one to finish with, guys, for you here. Happened to one kid. So it's not even a percentage anymore. This has only happened to one kid ever. Lifetime detention. A 15-year-old schoolgirl was kidnapped by her teacher they ran away to France. Well, they didn't. He kidnapped her and he ran away to France with her. The way it's worded there makes it sound like it was her choice. He kidnapped her. Lifetime detention as well is a bit of a weird wording for that. It's literally a kidnapping, so I wouldn't call it detention. Why is it saying lifetime as well? Has she never been found? It says France, so it makes me think they've been found. I need to look this up. I need to know. I need answers. Okay, so this 15-year-old schoolgirl, Megan Starmers, was found in Bordeaux, France in September 2012 after fleeing the UK with her 30-year-old married maths teacher, Jeremy Forrest. The disappearance, Megan went missing on September 20th, 2012 after failing to arrive at her school in Eastbourne, East Sussex. That's where I'm from. East Sussex. The flight of France. She and Forrest boarded a cross-channel ferry to Dover. Oh my God. The discovery. French police located and detained them in central Bordeaux on September 28th, 2012. After a witness report seeing them, Megan was placed in protective custody and returned to her family. Oh my God. The conviction. Forrest was extradited to the UK, convicted of child abduction and pleaded guilty to sexual activity with a child. In 2013, he was sentenced to 5.5 years in prison. That is not enough. And given a lifetime ban from working with children. That is not enough time. That is insane. Oh my God. Well, that's a lovely cheery one to end the video on. That is crazy. You know, some of these that I read, I'm like, okay, is that real? Does that actually happen? You Google it, it's like, yeah. Yeah, it bloody did. What the hell? Well, that is insane. Well, let me know, guys, in the comments, what is the craziest thing that's ever happened to you in school? I'd love to know. Hopefully on the cheeriest side of things. It doesn't have to be, but let me know. I don't know. I'm just gonna go look at some pictures of kittens or something, I think, now. Oh, that's nice. This is taking my mind. Oh, look at the little, oh, that's so good. Oh, God. Right, well, that's going to be it for today's video, guys. I'm a bit scarred after reading all that, to be honest, but hope you enjoyed watching. Before you go, please don't forget to like and subscribe, because it really helps me out. Take it easy, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!